Hi everyone. Today I have a beautiful person. Her name is Joana. And Joana is a natural skincare formulator. And she came up with skincare products that it's my favorite. It's I really adopted them, and she's a friend of mine from many lifetimes. And we have associated together to in the idea of the first product. But first, we're going to talk about all of this. Joanna, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Elena, for having me. I'm very happy to be here with you and share a little bit of what I do.
So, where do you live?
I live in Portugal, northern Portugal, with my husband and my two kids. I'm a mom of twins. Well, they're not kids anymore, actually. They're officially teenagers. So, yeah.
Well, that's a great, beautiful area, I suppose, where you live. Very inspirational, I suppose.
Yeah, it's very similar to Ireland. So,
Ah,
yeah. I used to live in Ireland as well, in the Rebel County of Cork, and it's very similar. So it's like home.
I can understand that. Um, and you know, Galicia, this whole area of Galicia between Spain and Portugal came the sons of Mil to uh, invade, not reinvade, but colonize Ireland. But we're not talking about that today.
Nope.
Because let us start about history. We can't stop. Uh,
Nope.
you are versed in archaeology as well, just outside of
Yes.
the topic.
Yes, absolutely. My academic background is in archaeology. I also did my master's in UCC in museum studies, but it's a very ungrateful area, I think, globally. You went through it. You either with a system or you're out.
Yes,
So
yes, yes. That's it. That's it. We really understand each other on that. Two former archaeologists, so that's why we connected in the first place, and many other beautiful memories from other lifetimes. And
absolutely.
well, I may start a little story about this product we're going to talk about. It's a beauty cream, but it's very special because one day I was on the Nibiru mothership, and I was with Inanna, who is a very ancient soul. She's an Anunnaki princess. She has been living on Earth. She's been idolized as a goddess, but she's a real being. And she is a wonderful, beautiful woman, very feminine, really the glory of femininity in all its splendor. And she was telling me about skincare. And when I shared this skincare routine that she told me about, your background in natural skincare just appealed to you. And what was the idea you came about with?
Well, when you shared the recipe and I started, checking the ingredients, I was like, well, I need to make something that, people can use on a daily basis that women can put on their faces and feel, just absolutely gorgeous. So I was checking the ingredients and you mentioned the rose oil, the neroli oil. And I started investigating, but it would be a little bit hard to find the oil. So I thought, okay, I can use some flower water instead of the oil and create a beautiful emulsion. At the time, I was finishing my natural skincare formulator course. I had done everything, but I was still not feeling it was the right moment to do my final project because I wanted something beautiful. I wanted something, big. And when you came with the ingredients and I started working on that, I knew it. Like, this is going to be my final project. And so you also mentioned the monoatomic gold, which is extremely important in this emulsion, in this formulation. So I started investigating that as well. I started experimenting because monoatomic gold is highly, highly alkaline, which is absolutely amazing. But when you're doing a facial cream, you need to respect the pH of the skin. So I had to balance, the ingredients in order to get an optimal pH for the skin. And it was beautiful because when I submitted my final project, at first they didn't accept it. They were like, oh, there's not enough studies about monoatomic gold. I'm like, let me give you the studies then. And I resubmitted my final project. I explained how monoatomic gold, it's acquired by a very alchemical process. And it's natural, it's alchemical, it's respecting the laws of nature. And the one I purchased was also created in a Fibonacci sequence by the person that created it, because I investigated that as well. So I completely gave them all my research, and they ended up giving me top note on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I was like, yes. And it's always amazing because creating something like that, you put your energy into it because you want people to feel it as well. So yeah, that was it. And I came up with it. I share with you. You gave it the name, Inanna's Secret, so beautiful. So yeah, it was a really group project.
Yes, and I was so excited that someone was going to make it available for Earth humans, because the Anahim women, or Anunnaki as people know them, they have a very highly advanced science of genetics and self-care. And I've seen there so many different liquids and fluids made with gold or monatomic gold that they use. It always fits their genetics, but it's amazing. So that one recipe that she gave to me, you made it come true on Earth, available through a stable, really great quality cream, face cream. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you asked me first if you could give it the name Inanna, and
Yeah,
you want me to ask, and I say, okay, I will ask. I'm okay with that, but let us ask. Let's just do the process, complete and official. So
yeah,
I got to meet her again, and I asked, and she was, oh, yes, of course. So, and then, yeah, we said, why wouldn't we call it Inanna's Secret?
yes.
Because it's an Anunnaki secret uh,
Mhm.
disclosed to humanity, right? It's a
Absolutely.
disclosure cream, people.
Absolutely.
Extraterrestrial recipe, extraterrestrial recipe. That's amazing. So, before we go forward, I want to tell people that the reason why I'm promoting this amazing thing is because I'm very excited about it. It's not, I don't have anything to gain financially of doing this. So I want to tell people it's not
Absolutely.
a
Yeah.
selling video, it's just sharing with you the beautiful adventure of this Inanna's Secret. Um, so, what did you experiment many times before finding the right consistence?
Yes, absolutely. Because one of the things I also wanted to incorporate in the cream, it has many of the ingredients provided by Inanna herself, but then I wanted to add something more to make it very, very much exotic. So I started investigating because I also have a background in herbalism. That's the structure of my work. And I started investigating several flowers that could be added to the cream. And I came up with blue lotus. It was interesting because it started popping on social media, everything I went, every social media platform I would go to, something about Blue Lotus would be there, like pow, pow. And I was like, maybe there's something here.
Sign of the universe.
Absolutely. So I started investigating where I could get, a source for Blue Lotus petals, because one of the things that I also it's very important for me. It's the sustainability of the ingredients and the product. So I checked. There was a supplier here in Portugal. I got the petals, and I did the extract myself with vegetable glycerin. So I did the extract myself, and it's also one of the key components of the cream, because it works as a humectant, so it attracts moisture. So it has the benefits of the glycerin and the blue lotus as well, because the components of the flower are extracted on the glycerin. So it brings that mystical sense of the blue lotus, that sensuality, that connection also to the spiritual bodies. So it was also very, very important, that part. Of course, I needed to add other ingredients, being a natural cream, made of natural ingredients. It needs to be preserved, but also every ingredient there are approved to be used in natural skincare. And it's important to also be preserved, not to, harm people's faces and people's skins. But yes, the main research was actually with the monoatomic gold, and I completely felt fascinated with it, because on the recipe, and I think there was Ia that said the monoatomic gold needs to be dissolved in oil and not in water. So I tried everything. I tried dissolving in oil, because I need to heat the oil. I tried everything. So I ended up mixing with the extract and the glycerin, and it came out perfectly. But the main adventure was actually try and find the optimal pH for the skin, being monoatomic, really, really alkaline.
I remember in the process you were telling me about you were researching a lot about, because monoatomic gold was very strong in a way for the skin, and you've worked a lot on bringing the balance, that it is integrated in the skin in a way that is very harmonious and organic, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing that was important for me, because I always like to walk on other people's shoes. And I stopped to think, okay, this is me, this is what I need for my skin, but what do other people need for their skins? But I think that one of the major characteristics of a cream is that when people put it on, they don't like it to be, sticky. And I was like, okay, how can I find the balance between not being sticky, but being, hydrating? So that was amazing. That was a really amazing adventure. I mean, waking up in the morning and being able to do what you love, it's absolutely, it's mind-blowing. So yeah, I thank you for that as well.
Well, it was a great adventure, and I was holding my breath, to know what you were going to come up with. And when you sent me a prototype project, I just fell in love with it. And the smell, you can smell the rose, and you can smell also the lotus in it. I've
Yeah.
lived in Egypt 9 years, and I'm very familiar with the blue lotus oil, and that you can really find it. To me, it reminded me the essence of Egyptian mysticism. The lotus, the blue lotus in Egypt, where was represented when you had rituals or special feast or celebrations. People would smell it and get a buzz out of it and go into an altered state of consciousness, a higher state of consciousness that was for them a way to communicate with the gods. And also blue lotuses were always part of the offerings on the altars, the offering to the god as a communication with them. And you were absolutely well inspired to add blue lotus as a connection from our essence to the essence of the gods, let's say. In the past, they were saying gods, but now it's, I would say, a more
Yeah.
divine essence of ourselves. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And that was another part that was very important, the smell, you know, because people have all different kind of tastes about smell, and the sense of smell is so important. It's that kind of smell, that kind of sense that, you know, activates your memories. So that was also very important to me. And Blue Lotus, I got a beautiful Blue Lotus Absolute. And I was like, okay, this is mandatory. This has to be the central piece of the smell, of the scent. But how can I, you know, add other accords in order to make the perfect blend? So I did my research on that as well. I had to add some citruses. So I chose bergamot. And then I also wanted to add another flower, you know, to kind of help with the floral scent. So I chose ylang ylang. That is also so beautiful. It's such a beautiful smell. So that's how I came up with the blend for Inanna Secret that people love so much.
I find ylang ylang is very complementing to the blue lotus. It's very near essences, right? It's like if it
Yes.
enforce each other. Is
Absolutely, and also very exotic. I wanted something exotic, you know, that could bring that sense of the Orient, the Mesopotamia, Egypt,
yes.
because you tell us so many times that Egyptian gods and goddesses and Mesopotamian gods and goddesses, they're all the same, just with different names. So I wanted to bring that into Inanna Secret.
And to me, you know what the smell reminds me? The Garden of Eden. But the Eden, the biospheres that are on the Nibiru ship, there's a particular garden where the original Adamic DNA was engineered, and it is a beautiful, luxurious garden with lush vegetation and so many flowers and birds and butterflies. And the scent of that reminded me this place. It's a
Oh,
very soft, powdery, floral scent I have there, and I found that and in your cream. And when I start putting it on my skin, of course it smells amazing, but it stays. It stays. Oh my gosh, it stays. That that really proves that it's not synthetic perfumes. It really blends with the essence of our skin, right?
yes, yes, absolutely. It's not synthetic at all. It's not what I want. I wanted the, you know, natural as possible. And why use synthetic fragrances when you have the magic of essential oils? I mean, they're nature in liquid form.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. You can create beautiful fragrances with essential oils and absolutes as well. It's another way because there's several processes of acquiring the essential oil. Yeah, I could go on that, but we're going to stay here all night.
Well, it's interesting, but well, I'm interested in trying to be short. What is the difference between an absolute oil and an basic essential oil?
Is the process how you acquire the essential oil? Because, for instance, rose, you can get like a hydrosol or a flower water by distillation, you know, with a copper still, and you can do the distillation and you get the flower water and you have also the essential oil. because what happens when you do a distillation is that you get the water, and on top of it, you can see the layer of oil, and you can separate both. But there are flowers like the blue lotus, like jasmine, like lilac. You cannot extract essential oil, so you need another process to do it. There's several processes, including enfleurage, and the absolute is acquired like an extract with the what we herbalists call the menstruum, that is a solvent. So the absolute is acquired with kind of an extract of the petals. Yeah, it's not the same process.
Wow, that seems very, very, very advanced procedure. Wow.
It's been done for centuries, and it's really interesting. When I did my research, like the first perfumery and distillation processes were described in Mesopotamian tablets. So
How, what a synchronicity. Not
absolutely,
surprising.
absolutely. Everything is connected. That's so beautiful.
Uh, you know, when you started, I know that when you started working on this project that is now really successful, um, you start also to go on a journey about yourself because something, um, memories came back, why you were doing this. And would you like to share a little bit if you feel comfortable with that, or if
Uh,
not, just
no, absolutely. I can share. Well, like many of us here on planet Terra, we're going through a lot, and we're trying to find ourselves, our essences, completely disconnecting from what I call the rat race. So I took a chance in my life, and I did that. I completely disconnected with what society wants people to be like. But I wanted to find something that, would fill my heart. And herbalism was always part of my structure ever since, I was a little girl, and you get sick, and your mom comes with that tea, that onion tea, for you to get better. So it was in a way always part of what I wanted to do, and I went there, and so many memories started coming back. Mainly that connection with working with the plants, working with the floral world, the fauna part of this planet. And everything's, starting very slowly coming up. But then, that Vulcan side of the brain tries to find the logic in everything. So it's been a really beautiful process of getting the memories and the Vulcan side going there, trying to find logic in it, but still finding what's the message within those memories. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's this journey with Inanna's secret made me understand that this is part of who I am. This is what I came here to do. So it's brilliant. It's beautiful, and I don't know, like I said before, waking up in the morning and just feeling that blissfulness of doing what you love, what makes your heart sing. That's that's fantastic. Yeah. And working with Inanna Secret, all the process through it, the research, the testing the ingredients, being on my little lab, putting everything together, connecting with Inanna's essence. It doesn't get any better than that.
yes, it was a magical journey for you, and I was an observer, and I really enjoyed watching you doing all this and telling me about it, and it was like following a great story unfolding, and a name came up, the Master of Potions.
True, that's true. And I adopted it with a lot of honor. I adopted it. It was always important for me that you were part of the process, and as it was important for me to ask your permission to go ahead with it, I I couldn't do it without you telling me that I could go and try it and do it. So yeah, it was very, very important for me to have you along this amazing journey.
And yeah, and I will always support you because what you are doing is wonderful. Everybody who have had this cream and also other things you made, they really want some more. And I mean, you are going out of stock very fast. Every time you produce a batch, I mean, people have to really hurry up because you're out of stock very quickly. But what I appreciate is that you will never compromise the sacredness and the quality of what you're doing for productivity, right?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up, because I want to take this opportunity to explain to people that the integrity of the product is very, very important for me. So I do everything by hand. I mean, everything. I even do the graphic design of the labels. I print the labels, I cut the labels, I stick the labels on the bottles, and everything is a process. And to maintain that integrity, I need to limit the amount of stock. So every time that I launch a stock, I don't have the product made yet. As soon as the every bottle goes, every bottle flies, then I start working on the stock, because I want to do it. I want it to be fresh. So I usually do it 1 to 2 days before shipping the product, the order to the person, because I want Inanna Secret to get there on its optimal state, really fresh. And yeah, that's why I do it a very limited stock, because I do everything the traditional way by hand.
And it's really all your honor to do that, you know. It's very rare and people understand that, but there's a lot of, I know, frustrations. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But we play the game because we know we don't want you to compromise it. And we're so glad you are sticking to your ethics and yeah, the beautiful ethics that you work with.
It's important to me, Elena, because I mean, this is in a way an extension of Inanna's, and I have to be respectful towards her and what she shared with us. So I can't do it in a way to be, profitable. It's not. It's just I want to give it to people. I want to give it to people.
And it's all at your honor. It's you're really amazing. You're really
Oh, thank
amazing.
you.
And
Thank you.
you have been inspired to do a body glimmer oil for the summer. I had it. It was amazing too. I was shimmering like, wow.
Yes, shivering gold. Yeah, I was like, okay, because I was getting feedback from people about the scent. And I thought, okay, maybe I could do something for the summer, for glittery skin. So I came up with the oil. I used the same blend that I use for Inanna Secret, but the base was different. It had to be, because it's oil based, so I couldn't use the extract. But and I was like, it has to have, sparkles. It has to have sparkles. And so I did a limited stock for it, and like the creamy one, like this. As soon as I put it on the website, and I shared it on social media, people were like, I want that. And I had amazing feedback about it as well. The people loved the way that the oil absorbed on the skin without getting sticky. And you could see the shimmer on the skin, feeling a little bit of a Anak princess.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You know, they have all these the glittery skin because they are uh, putting this this oil that contains gold, in there are places. And I mean, yeah, when he and even Inanna, when they sometimes in certain lighting, and you see some light going on their face, it shimmers and it's beautiful, beautiful. And I know you try to recreate this, and it worked. It really looks like it, and I was so happy. Oh my gosh, people can experience it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's like having, your like your little 5 minutes, let's say, of Anak skin. Yeah, just embrace it.
So you are continuing producing more of these many
Yes,
batches, and do you have other ideas, inspirations in head?
I do. At the
Ooh.
moment, I'm working on the latest stock of Inanna Secret, but I've been researching because next step on my adventure would be, embracing perfumery. Because I do love working with the essential oils and creating blends. So I'm researching for botanical perfume. Uh, I can say the name. It's going to be called Starlight. And I've been, buzzing you and everyone, like, if you feel like describing the stars with a scent, what would it be? Because I want to put that on the perfume. I want people, to spray themselves before, going out and just feel like they have starlight in their bodies.
Yes, I'm aware you're working on that, and I just can't wait to see what you're going to come up with. So I don't know the descriptions from other people regarding their inspiration with the concept of starlight, but I gave you mine from someone who's been on board spaceships, and I'm sure it's different. And I'm sure you're going to come up with something that is a blend of everyone's inspiration and feeling. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
It, it was beautiful because everybody kept, mentioning flowers that bloom at night. And
Oh.
your back and your feedback was like pow pow pow, and I'm like, okay, thank you, Elena. How am I going to do that?
Yes, because I think I told you about ozone and things like
Ozone, metallic, bitter,
yes.
something like that. And I was
Yes, yes, yes. Because that's
hmm,
the impression I have when I'm on board a spaceship and I see all the immensity of stars, and that's
absolutely.
the frequency I feel. But that's my feeling, which cannot be the feeling of everyone. So I'm so curious to see what you're going to come up with.
I mean, you've been there. Your feedback couldn't be more precise. But yeah, I've been investigating. I do believe I found a way to create the ozone smell, but I will try and I still need to do some research on the blends, the ozone with the flowers.
At Bloom at Night. That's a
Yes,
beautiful idea.
right. I thought so as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So where can we find your products, please?
Okay, so I have my website. At the moment, there's only Nana Secret there. It's out of stock at the moment because I'm still working on the latest stock. But you can find me at www.kementari.pt for Portugal.
Thank you very much. And so when people order, they are made aware that sometimes they're lucky, the batch is ready, and sometimes they have to wait a little bit. But so you take orders. And
Yes,
yes.
absolutely. Every time I launch a stock, I have that limited amount for people to purchase. Then I'll work on the batch and ship it as soon as possible. Yeah.
Beautiful and exciting. Well, Joanna, Master of Potions. It's been very exciting to share uh, with my audience about this magical Anunnaki recipe that you made come true on Earth. And I would like to ask you, as I ask all of my guests, words for the end, your words of guidance for humanity, please.
Never give up. Never give up. Even if you're, stranded in a loop and you think that you have no way out because you have to live this life on Terra, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm stuck to this, to this system. No, you're not. You're not. Never lose hope. You can take that step to get outside of it and find what makes your heart sing, find what makes you feel alive. Because if you're here for a purpose. So find that purpose. Don't give up. Just, listen to your intuition, connect with the stars, connect with the family. If you're from this matrix, connect with Mother Earth. She's so knowledgeable. She's beautiful. She's so inspirational as well. I know that most of the people like to look at the stars, but she's here as well, and she's absolutely beautiful, and she has so many things to give us. So it's just that, don't give up. Don't be desperate. Don't give up. Take that step outside of the loop, and then everything will start, coming together, and you'll find yourself. You'll find yourself. You find what you want to do. You find what makes you, wake up in the morning and smile and feel happy. Yeah, that's it.
This is wonderful, so inspirational. I am shivering, getting emotional listening to you.
Oh,
It's so
thank you.
beautiful. Thank you
Yeah,
for being the beautiful person that you are. And thank you.
thank you. Thank you for all that you do, Elena, all that you do, all that you ever did, and all that you go through. You're an inspiration. You're an inspiration. Thank you for everything. And I'm so happy that I can share this journey with you. Thank you for having me.
Inspired by me, Inanna, the essence of enchantment is born encapsulated in a bottle of secrets. This is more than a simple beauty elixir. It is a celebration of feminine self-love, an ode to the sensuality that resides in every woman. Inspired by the mysteries of distant lands, awakens the senses, inviting the soul to dance under the stars. Each touch of this cream is a sensory journey, an invitation to explore the deepest corners of one's own beauty. This is more than a simple beauty elixir. It is a celebration of feminine self-love, a reminder that true beauty emerges when we allow ourselves to shine. Each application whispers words of empowerment, encouraging women to embrace their own uniqueness and surrender to the transformative power of self-care. So, let yourself be enveloped by the seduction of Inanna's secret and allow your skin to become the radiant reflection of your soul. Discover the magic that resides within you and let it flourish under the starlight. Because when a woman loves herself, the entire universe bows before her beauty.